Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a primetime edition of the Midland Football League. Today we're going to see the number one team in the entire league, the Crestwood Tigers, in their inaugural season, going on the road versus the number two team in the league, which is Castlepine. Castlepine aims to get an upset here early in the season and boost their playoff resume, and Crestwood looks to capitalize off of their Week 1 win versus formerly number one Cherrywood. Let's go down to the field.
Oh, your team got it?
No, y'all defer to second half?
Yeah.
So yeah, we get.
Hey, Bryce,
we're going that way. No. Hey, we're going that way.
Okay.
No, we're going this way.
And here we go. Castlepine going to kick off to begin this top two matchup here early on in the season. This one will sail out of bounds. Crestwood did not have a third player. They're going to get Tyler to sub here. He's going to throw, and it's complete to Lee. Here's the Tigers on second down. Tyler going to pump fake. Going to pitch it to Jackson, and he is down. Here's Tyler to drop back. Jackson Wood's on a go route. Throwing it over the top, and he's got him. It is dropped. And that one was directly in his hands. He just couldn't hang on to it. Here's Tyler. Pump faking to Liam. Still looking for a man. Under pressure. Throwing. Caught over the middle, and Jackson's down. Crestwood will pick up the first down. Now he'll throw to Liam, who's wide open, but he just couldn't connect with them. Second down here for the Tigers. They're making a switch at quarterback. Jackson Wood is in the backfield throwing, and it's incomplete. And Jackson Wood making the switch to quarterback this year as he struggled a little bit last season. He's looking for a breakout year this year. Throwing over the middle, and it is nearly intercepted. They're going to put the sub Tyler back in at quarterback. Throwing to the end zone. Touchdown. Crestwood with an early score. They're going to go for two. Known for their very aggressive coaching scheme. He's going to pitch it to Liam, who is short. Crestwood going to kick it off following their really solid offensive drive. And now the Castlepine offense is taking over. Interesting to see what they'll have today. Zeke trying to get a man open. Somewhat under pressure, going to throw it deep, and it is overthrown to Jake. And an interesting situation as the sun is beaming right into the Castlepine receivers' faces, and it is incomplete. And the same issue presuming again as Castlepine's had a slow start on the offensive side of the ball. Zeke Bryant's still in the backfield. His receivers can't get open. Tyler not allowing him to run, but he's just not really applying too much pressure. He's still in the backfield trying to get a man open. Is he going to run it? No, he's going to throw it deep, and it is incomplete. And if he threw the ball near the line of scrimmage, that would have been a very short pass, but it looked like a super deep play that could have been a huge play if it was caught, but it really wouldn't be. It would only be a few yards on the gain. Zeke's still looking. Nobody is open. Lockdown coverage from this Crestwood secondary. Hinting that he's going to run it. He's going to try to take off. No, he's not. Now he's going to throw it deep. He wants Jake, and he's got it right over his head. Jake does a great job of getting under that ball. It's a screen pass to Aiden, who makes it to the outside, and he's down just short of the end zone. And the Castlepine offense has a huge role to play in this game. As Crestwood's offense dropped 78 points in their first game. And their defense has to do a good job, but their offense is going to have to capitalize off of it, which might be a more important role. Zeke looking to run. Still doesn't have a man. Now he's under pressure. He could definitely roll right. He's going to not tuck it. He's still running. And the ball is free, and it's picked up and out of bounds. Here's a third down for the Kings, and after the ball slipped out of Bryant's hand, it's a huge loss on the play, and now it's going to be much tougher to get into the end zone. Nobody's open. Going to try to roll right. Still no one open. Now he's going to throw to the end zone, and it is incomplete. And now a fourth down for the Castlepine Kings offense. Directing traffic. Here he goes. Trying to get a man open. He's going to throw to the end zone, and it is nearly intercepted, not even close. And now the number one offense in the Midland Football League takes over. Crestwood. Going to throw over the middle, and it is dropped. Here's Jackson Wood on second down. Throwing, and it's incomplete. And the benefits of having a guy like Tyler as a sub is that if Jackson Wood is struggling at quarterback, he can just give it to Tyler and all their problems are solved. He's throwing over the middle and it is caught. And I don't know how Jackson held on to the ball. He was bobbling it. And its play's going to be blown up. I think he got the throw out and it's going to be a touchdown. And here they go for a 2-point conversion. Going to try to make this a 14-0 game. Jackson's back at quarterback throwing and it is incomplete. Jackson Wood here to kick it off. This will sail deep, and it's going to be a touchback. And here we go, Zeke Bryant. Under pressure, rolling, throwing, underthrown to Jake Robinson. So far, he's been pretty inaccurate. Castlepine's offense definitely seeing some regression. And Crestwood's got to be happy with their defense so far after they let up 74 points in their first game. Going to throw in, it is caught. And the biggest issue with their secondary was the size difference between their cornerback, Liam, and who he was defending. Throwing to the end zone, overthrown. Here is Zeke Bryant back at quarterback. Throwing over the middle, and it is bobbled, and it is caught. After review, he did have possession at the very last minute inbounds. Zeke under pressure to the end zone. Touchdown, Kings. And it's an understatement to say that the Kings really needed that one. And he's going to be under pressure to the end zone, underthrown. And Castlepine ranks last in special teams defense. And you could tell in these last few games, they've just been kicking it out of bounds. And one of the parts of this team's early success for Castlepine has been the special teams coaching. They've directed the ball out of bounds on many of their kickoffs, and it's helped them a lot. To the end zone, and it's going to be caught by Liam, and it's a touchdown. And that's huge for Crestwood. That just shows Jackson Wood's elite deep ball accuracy. And that's going to be one of his strongest points. Zeke almost jumped off sides. Tyler to the end zone, over his head. This one will sail really high. It's going to be inbounds. Picked up by Zeke, and he's down. Here he goes, Castlepine, going to throw a screen pass, and Jake will run, and he's got a first down. Second screen pass of the drive. And here comes that speed from Aiden. He's into the end zone. Castlepine staying in this one. Going for 2, and he's got it. And once again, this looks like it'll be out of bounds. Jackson Wood on first down. Castlepine secondary playing pretty far off. Throwing, and it is caught by Liam. Looks like he's already out of bounds, and he's going to get shoved. Jackson Wood dropping back. He's back at quarterback, seeing what he can do. Throwing incomplete again. And the biggest issue for him as a quarterback is he struggles with short pass accuracy. Throwing to the end zone, and it is dropped. And that could have been a huge play. Here's Tyler going to be back in at quarterback. Kind of just sitting around, going to the end zone. Wide open touchdown. Going to send Tyler in motion. Jackson trying to get somebody open. He's going to run it. He's got a block. He's going to the end zone, and he is in. And we had an issue with the video. We're going straight to halftime. There's nothing that we're actually going to show here at halftime. We're just going to skip back to the game. No halftime show, no 1v1s or anything like we saw on opening day. We might bring those back next week, though. Here we go. It's a deep kick to Jake Robinson. He's going to take off, and he's got a block. Here he goes. A great return for the Kings. And just like that, Castlepine is in the red zone pretty much. Throwing over the middle, overthrown. And he's been really shaky with his short passes today. Here he is on second down, trying to get his team into the end zone. Throwing to Jake, overthrown, intercepted. Tyler was sitting right behind it, and it went straight to him. And Crestwood with the huge defensive stop and will take over. And that might be one of the biggest plays we've seen of the whole game. Tyler throwing short. Jackson pitches it back, and he will be down in the backfield. And a little offensive mistake there. This one's going to be pitched back to Jackson, and he will be down in the backfield. Another big loss. And Zeke Bryant so far this season has exceeded expectations on the defensive side of the ball, and he will get Jackson down. And here we go, a fourth down upcoming for Crestwood. Jackson scooting up a little. He is going to scramble to the right, and he will be down short. And Crestwood uses one of their challenges And after review, they're going to have a first down. Going to throw to the end zone, and it is incomplete to Tyler. Jackson back at quarterback on second down. Throwing to the end zone. Wanting Liam, and it's the same thing. Here's a third down for Crestwood. And if they can get in the end zone, that would be huge, and it's incomplete. And a fourth down here for Crestwood. Huge play. They're the best fourth down team in the league, and they won't be able to convert. Crestwood has been super impressive on fourth downs, but they couldn't connect there. And now Bryant wants to go to the end zone, and he's overthrown. Here's a screen pass to Jake, who will run, and he looks like he got the first. They're going to say he was a bit short, though. Zeke's still looking for a man. He wants Jake, and it's dropped. Now a fourth down here for Castlepine. Doesn't want Jake. Throwing, and it is caught. Touchdown. And the crossbar on the goalpost almost took off his head. Castlepine's going to go for 2 here. They need this. Throwing, it's incomplete. It'll remain a 4-point ball game. Jackson looks like he wants to scramble. Now he's going to throw deep to Liam, and it is going to be clear pass interference. This ball is going to be handed off, almost fumbled. And now he's going to take off, and he's got a touchdown. And Jackson completely turned that play around on his own. Almost a fumble that could have been recovered by the defense, and he turned it into a touchdown. And now he's got Liam wide open. And now a 12-point ball game. This one will roll into the end zone. Castlepine's going to have another screen pass. Never mind. And the play is live. And the ball is loose. Almost dropped by Aiden. And that was a really confusing play. They'll go with another screen pass. Jake is going to reach. It looks like he was short of the first down, though. Brian going to throw. Aiden's got it. First down, Castlepine. They're just trying to stay in it. I mean, so many screen passes today. The offense has been way less aggressive than they were in week 1. Jake's got a seam. He's going to get to the edge, and he's going to score. Here we go. 32-26 is the score. Castlepine throwing to the end zone. Got it. Aiden Smith will cut the lead to 4. And Crestwood just going to elect to take it from the 1-yard line. Jackson scooting up, throwing, and it is caught. And Castlepine is okay with allowing these short receptions. Going to throw again, and it's caught again. Here's a third down and manageable for Crestwood. They're going to need this one. Jackson pump faking. Wanting Liam over the top. He's got safety help, and it'll be dropped. And I say dropped. That was really just overthrown. And now a major fourth down. Can Castlepine get a stop against this elite fourth down offense? Tyler gives it off to Liam. It's caught, but it is short. And after 2 fourth down conversions by Crestwood in the first drive, Castlepine has responded with 2 straight stops on fourth down. Bryant rolling right. Throwing, and it is incomplete. And Castlepine essentially seems like they're down by a lot, but with the score, they will take the lead if they can get into the end zone. Getting some pressure, throwing. Ball is caught, and he's in the end zone. Here's Castlepine. They're just going to go for 1 here. And Smith was wide open, and Jake is 2. And that leads us to the end of the third quarter. Castlepine's got a 3-point lead as the sun begins to set here at Great House Field. And this likely will get pretty dark really quick here at Great House Field, and that'll lower visibility for the receivers. And for a pass-heavy offense on both sides, you wonder how it'll affect the offenses. This one's incomplete. Here's Crestwood on second down, and they really need to score on this drive. He's going to the end zone. He wants Jackson. It's incomplete. Wood was calling for a pass interference, but did not get the call. Jackson rolling, throwing, wide open, incomplete. And those are the types of throws he struggled with last season. They're going to give it to Tyler, quarterback, first down. And now a first and goal here for Crestwood. Tyler throwing, cross body. Liam is into the end zone, touchdown. Here is Tyler dropping back. Going, caught. Now Crestwood with the 5-point lead will kick off, and it's a touchback. And one of the biggest offensive drives of the night here for Castlepine. Nobody open once again. And you've got to wonder, the scheme's definitely going to change for the offense next week. Throwing back shoulder, caught by Jake. Bryant gonna throw a screen pass. It's a fumble, but it was a forward pass. And that could have been dangerous. It was a forward pass, though, so it was not a fumble. It was an incompletion. Throwing to the end zone, winning Jake, incomplete. And a fourth down, the biggest play of the game for this Castlepine offense. Bryant throwing to Smith, and it's behind him. And a major mistake for the quarterback, Zeke Bryant. He's going to throw it behind his head and underthrow him for an incompletion. And now Crestwood takes over, and they impact immediately, touchdown. And a major trend we're seeing is that Castlepine is having really long offensive drives. Behind the back, and it is in. And now, a 13-point game here in the fourth quarter, and Castlepine is in a must-score. Castlepine having these really long offensive drives, but Crestwood seems to be scoring within 3 to 4 plays. He's throwing, and it is almost intercepted. And that one could have been the dagger. Crestwood could have picked that off. Now Bryant going to run it to the outside. He's got some blocks downfield. And Jake doing a really good job. Aiden also doing a really good job. The physicality on point, and Zeke's going to be into the end zone, touchdown. And you can credit the run all you want, but that touchdown was purely on his blockers. Throwing, caught. 42-48 here for the Castlepine Kings. Tyler's throwing, and it's incomplete. And lots of contact. They're not going to get flagged for pass interference. And that's what we like here in the Midland Football League. We let them play, and we let them hand fight without calling penalties. He's going to throw to the end zone. Wide open, touchdown. And passes like that have been Jackson Wood's highlights throughout this game. Liam getting his first snap at quarterback. And a trend that we've seen in the past is that he just likes to run these a lot. He likes to scramble and make his own little highlight reel. He's very good at that. Now he's going to throw, and it is caught. And Liam, the dual threat quarterback, going to get his first completion. And here's Castlepine's offense once again in a must-score situation. Another screen pass to Jake. He's going to get yards. Makes a move on Tyler, and he will be down. And now Castlepine taking over. Bryant to the end zone, winning Jake, and he's got it. And another touchdown. Here's Zeke Bryant trying to cut it to a 6-point game. Throwing to the end zone, incomplete. And that is a huge play by Liam. Onside kick, and it is out of bounds. Crestwood, here they go. We've got about 5 minutes remaining, I believe. Tyler to the end zone, and it is incomplete. And one thing that Aiden's been able to do that most DBs in the league haven't been able to do is guard Jackson on deep routes like that. Liam almost escapes. And Liam was about 2 steps away from breaking that seam and going to the end zone. He's going to throw it short, and it's caught. And as the sun continues to set here at Great House, it's been getting darker. And it's been getting more difficult for receivers to catch the ball. But really, it hasn't impacted the offenses too much. I mean, they're both dropping lots of points here in the fourth quarter. Here is Jackson. Not under too much pressure. Running, and he is in. And one reason Crestwood could definitely win this game is that they'll be able to utilize the run game more than Castlepine will. And that'll be huge as it gets dark. This one is caught in the end zone. Liam going to kick this one off, and it'll sail. Touchback. Castlepine in their third must-score drive. And it's going to take a miracle for them to get back into this game. Likely an onside kick. Bryant's going to tuck it, and he escaped that pocket really easily. He's still running. Cameraman just pointing this one straight at the ground, and he's finally down. Bryant back in at quarterback after his solid rushing gain. Thrown to the end zone, wide open, touchdown. And if they want to stay alive in this one, they've got to get this 2-point conversion. It's do or die. To the end zone. Aiden's got it. And kept him alive right there, but they have to recover this onside kick.
Get it!
Liam fumbles it. Jackson couldn't get it. It is recovered by Castlepine. And a miracle on the horizon as Castlepine looks to tie this one. Throwing short, and it is incomplete. Here's Castlepine on second down, following their major onside kick recovery. Bryant to the end zone. Jake Robinson's wide open. It's dropped. And if they don't get into the end zone on these next 2 plays, he is going to remember that for a long time. Over the middle, it is caught, but he's short. And every time it's been a must-score situation, Castlepine is converted. Here they are on fourth down. throwing to the end zone, caught, and Jake Robinson keeps him alive. And now the 2-point conversion to tie it. If they don't get it, it's most likely over. 30 seconds remaining, he's throwing, caught! They have done it. Castlepine has tied the game at 64 apiece. And now Crestwood has 30 seconds to march down the field and score a game-winning touchdown. They've done it once this season. Can they do it again? Here they go to begin the drive. Jackson throwing, and it is caught by Tyler. And he's giving him extra. And here we go. Crestwood still trying to march down and score. Tyler throwing to the end zone. Touchdown! And Crestwood takes a 6-point lead with 3 seconds to go. They're going to the end zone. Caught. And can you believe it? Crestwood up by 8 with 3 seconds on the clock. This one will be... And Castlepine not going to touch it. Crestwood will down it. Here we go. Last play of the game. It's 3 seconds remaining. Time is expired. He wants Aiden on the lateral. And what's the play design going to be here? Going to be down. The ball is fumbled, and it'll be recovered by Wood. And Crestwood comes out with the victory on the road. The 2 most hard-fought victories we've seen all year. Thank you for watching.